Okay, now looking at the Brush Ninja website, this large square right here is your piece of paper. So that's your virtual paper that we're going to be working with. And to create artwork on this paper, we're going to need to be using these tools. Now these tools are right up here. There are 5 of them. There's the selection tool, the paintbrush tool, the shape tool, the line tool, and the text tool. Now for this project, we're only going to be using the first 3, the select, the brush, and the shape tool. And what's really cool is that if you let your mouse or your trackpad just hover over anything, any one of these tools, a text box will pop up and tell you what the tool is, just in case you forget. Okay, so let's start with the shape and stickers tool, which I have selected. And you can tell it's selected because it's got this rounded rectangle around it. And over here, you're going to see this grayed out arrow, and it's going to give you all of the different kinds of shapes that you can use. If you click on this More button, it'll give you a bunch more shapes, and especially this alien one that looks like an Among Us character. But if you scroll down, you're going to see all these cool shapes that you can use. I'm going to go back over here to the upper right corner of the screen and click Close to go back to my Brush Ninja website. Now, to start off with, what I would like you to do is I would like you to select the square. That's this first one right here. So click on square. And then over here, you can actually determine the outline and the fill of your square. So this pencil is the outline, the bucket is the fill. So I would like a dark green outline, which is already here. I've already pre-selected it. And then you want to click on the fill, click, and I want it filled in with the light green. Now, drag your mouse onto your paper, somewhere up at the top, click, drag straight down, and you can either go right or left, and it's going to make a square or rectangle for you. I want a nice big one, so I'm going to leave it like that. The next shape that I want you to practice with is the heart. So here's your heart. It says heart right there. Click on it. And this time, instead of greens, I would like for you to create a heart by using a red outline. So we got to click on the outline button, red, and then fill in pink. So I'm going to click on the fill it in pink. Now I'm going to drag that heart down, and there you go. Now you got a heart. And my heart, as you can see, is on top of my green square, or in this case, rectangle. All right, one more shape. Let's this time click on the star. The star is the next selection to the left of heart. Click. And I want the star to be outlined in orange, so I got to click the outline, click orange. And I want the fill, click fill, to be yellow. Click. Again, go somewhere in the middle and drag down and make a star. So as you can see, in order, I have a star, which is on top of a heart, which is on top of a square. Now, the reason why I wanted you to do this is because I would like you to practice moving things in layers. Let's move the star all the way behind the green square. So you're going to want to click on the selection tool. So the selection tool is right here. It's this arrow. Click. And then it gives you all of these interesting options over here. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to use your selection tool and click on the star. When you do that, you're going to notice all of these light blue circles that form around the object that you selected. And these are pretty cool because you can grab one and you can move your shape and transform it by just clicking and dragging. So I can make my star bigger or smaller. If I go to one of these side circles, I can make it skinny or wide. But really what I want you to do is put the star all the way behind the green rectangle. So go down to your last option. It says send back. Click on send back twice. Once, now it's behind the heart. Twice, now it's all the way in the back. Do the same thing. Now put the heart all the way in the back. To do that, click on the heart and hit send back twice. Send back, send back. Now, what I'd like you to do is bring the heart back so that it's all the way on top of all 3 objects. The selection above send back says bring forward. Click on that twice, once, twice, and the heart is back up on front. So if you think about these shapes like they were sheets of paper, you can change where they are in the back, in the middle, and the front by just using the selection tool, clicking back, in the middle, and the front. Great! The next thing that I want to teach you is how to erase everything. I want to erase and start over with a blank sheet of virtual paper, so let's click on the paintbrush. Click. Now, the paintbrush, we have a lot of different options over here, but the only two that we really need to worry about for this project is all the way on the left, you're going to see the word pencil, and then all the way on the right, you see the word eraser. So I'm going to click on eraser, click, and then it gives you these options. Select the top one, this teeny tiny little circle, click, and then try to erase everything. And what you're going to notice is that you are erasing it, but you're erasing it in really skinny lines. So you guessed it, what I want you to do now is click the thick one down here all the way at the bottom, click. And now what I want you to do is use this thick one to really erase everything. Keep going until it's all gone. And don't forget, if I'm going a little fast for you, it's always okay to pause the video, replay it so that you can kind of catch up and figure out what I did. Definitely better to go at your own pace than to go at my pace. Art is not a race. It's all about doing your best. Okay, it's now time to create our burger. We're going to work from the bottom up and start with the bottom bun. So go ahead and select your brush tool if you haven't already. Go down the left side of your digital paper and select the widest, the largest circle. And then from your color swatches, click on the brown. And don't forget that your brown needs to be both your line color as well as your fill color. So select your fill and fill in brown. To make the bun, just draw a horizontal line all the way across, and then a smiley face and connect it. If you do it just right, it'll autofill for you. Looks great. All right, let's keep going. The next layer is going to be your hamburger bun, which of course is brown also. So what I would like you to do is I would like you, with your brown still selected, to go down here to the change. It's this blob looking shape down here. And you can see that the text box says change the current color. So click on that and it brings up your color picker. Now we're going to make a dark brown hamburger patty. So you can see that you have all of these thousands and thousands of colors to choose from, and you can choose them by moving this rectangular slider. We're not going to do that. We're just going to take this circle, and we're going to go down, and we're going to select a darker brown, a nice deep dark brown. Oh, that's nice. And then click Pick Color. It's this blue button on the right at the bottom. Click. And now you've got this deep dark brown, and we're going to make that our patty. Our patty's well done. It's been grilled real good. I want you to make a bumpy line, kind of like a cloud, go all the way across. And then around the top, and you've got your grilled hamburger patty. Nice. Okay, next we're going to need 2 tomatoes. And we're going to be needing to use the shape tool, which is this one. Third tool over, click, and select circle. All right, so I've selected circle, and of course our tomatoes are going to be a nice red, so select red for your line. Click on your fill and also select red one more time. And remember, you're going to make 2 ovals for your tomatoes. And wherever you start clicking, that's going to be the center of your oval. So I want to go here, right at the top of my hamburger patty. Click down and drag out. That's 1 tomato. And I want the other tomato to be right about here, maybe a little bit above the patty. So click down and drag out. Now, for my taste, that tomato's a little far, so let's move it over. If you have a tomato that's in the wrong spot and you want to move it, all you have to do is click the selection tool, which is this arrow. Click. Select the object you like to move. Click. And you'll know you've selected it because you get these light blue circles. So just move it over. And you can use your arrow keys, or you can just use your trackpad or your mouse. Great. Now let's put on some lettuce, and I'm going to need the brush tool again. So I'm going to click the brush tool, click, and I'm going to select this light green color, click. Not just for the line, remember it's always for the line and the fill. So now I have both of them light green, and I'm going to make a thin squiggly line for lettuce. So I'm going to choose the middle circle, not the biggest one. I'm going to go up 2 circles, click,
and I'm going to make a nice thin bit of lettuce. So I'm going to do another wavy line, and then I'm going to kind of go back. This is my lettuce, and I'm going to connect it. And done. So I've got a nice wrinkly bit of lettuce. Great. Okay. Now, what's a burger without the cheese? We need a cheeseburger. So I'm going to go back to my shape tool, select your shape tool, go all the way over to the end where you see this more button. Click on the more button for some additional shapes, and you can scroll through and find whichever one you want to use. In this case, we need cheese. So I'm going to select the parallelogram, which is on the right here. So here it is. Click, and now I've selected parallelogram. And I want to select yellow for my cheese color, so I'm going to click on that. And don't forget that both of these need to be yellow, so I'm going to click on my fill and click yellow as well. And as always, whenever you make a shape, wherever you start clicking is the center of your shape. So I want 2 slices of cheese. Here's 1 slice. Tasty. And then I'm going to go over here and put another slice of cheese. Nice. Again, a little too far to the right. Selection tool. Click, and this time I'm just going to use my right arrow and just press the right arrow and move it to the side until it's where I want it to be. Great. Now that I've clicked that brown, it automatically fills the line. I want to make sure that both are filled, so I'm going to click on the fill color, click the brown one more time so that they match. Let's not forget that we need to select the widest circle again for our brush size. And let's go across with a horizontal line and then do an arch. And there you have it. Got your bun on the top. Now my bun goes off the paper. I want to make sure it goes on the paper, so I'm going to select my bun and I'm going to shrink it just a little bit. Place it on my cheese and then make it a little bit wider. This way and this way. Now it's all on the paper. That's what I wanted. Okay, the last thing that I need is the sesame seeds. So I'm going to actually use the line tool this time. So select the line tool. Go ahead and select white for your line and white for your fill. And what I'd like you to do is I would like you to make little lines. You're just going to draw them on right on top of your top burger and your bottom burger. Now these lines are going to represent sesame seeds. It makes your burger look more like a burger, like one you might find at a fast food restaurant. Don't forget the bottom. Spread them out evenly, kind of sprinkle style. They look like little sprinkles, but they're not. They're sesame seeds. So I'm just going to spread them out. And once you have your bottom bun and your top bun all spread out and decorated with sesame seeds, you are done. Great job. Great looking burger. Don't forget to take a screen capture of your hamburger, upload it to Schoology, and thanks for following along.